Dear students, in this video I will discuss about few more elements of paralinguistics and we will start with intonation. As you can see here, stress and intonation blend or when used together give charm to the English speech. So stress, that is the amount of emphasis or importance that you are giving to a certain word or a sentence while making your delivery, or intonation, that is the tone that you are talking in, adds to the beauty of your speech. Now we will look at what is intonation. Intonation means variation of the voice or speech. So how you are using different varieties when making your speech. It tells the listener if the message is in the form of a question, statement, or exclamation, etc. So whether you are asking a question like, what do you know about this? Or let's not talk about this. Or oh wow, I love this. Here, as you can hear, that I used different tones while making my statements, and this showed in which mood I am presently. The emphasis given on a particular word decides the meaning, and how much emphasis or how much stress you are giving on the same word can change the meaning of the total sentence. Next element is pronunciation, the way in which a word is pronounced. Pronunciation is the first thing that people notice during conversation. How you are actually reading out the words, how you are actually able to spell the words in the best manner is where pronunciation role becomes very much important. For correct pronunciation, the knowledge of different phonetics, that is the difference in the pronunciation of various sounds, comes into play. Phonetics is how you will use the same words in different vocals while pronouncing them because of the word or letter associated with them. So, a good knowledge of the pronunciation again adds to the paralinguistics of your delivery. Next, coming on to stress. The word stress and sentence stress plays an important role in voice. So, if you want the audience to focus on a particular word or you want them to focus on a very important sentence or highlight of your presentation, then you should stress on that particular word or sentence. For example, take a sentence. The company produces 50 cars every day. So one can stress this and 50 cars, so one can effectively bring voice modulation in the voice. Like this, here you can see a sentence, this company produces 50 cars every day. If you want to stress on the company that you're talking about, you will say in this manner, this company produces 50 cars every day. So I have stressed on this because I want to highlight the company that I'm talking about. But if I want to highlight the number of cars that the company is producing every day, I will talk in this manner like, this company produces 50 cars every day. So here I am actually stressing on 50, and in this way people will get more attentive, more focused on the number that I am talking about. If one is new in professional presentation, it is better to underline the words that one may like to stress during the presentation. If you are not very well versed with presentation strategies, then it is better that you can mark in your content so that you don't forget to stress on the points that you want people to. This will help one to avoid sounding dull and monotonous. Also, while adding stress to your presentation, you make it more interesting and more pleasing. The next paralinguistic element that we'll discuss is pauses. A pause is a short silence between the words. So when you're stopping for a little time or for few seconds while continuing with your presentation, then that is known as a pause. A pause in speaking helps the listener understand and think upon the message easily. So if you want your listeners to reflect in real time when you are making the presentation, then it is very much desirable that you pause for few seconds in between. Pauses automatically come in between the major points of the speech. See, because you want people to focus on the major points in a separate manner, in a more detailed manner, then you should pause, or you automatically pause after making any important point or after listing each and every important point in your speech. Do not use very long pauses, else this will break the flow of the speech. But also, you should not be like pausing for maybe more than 10 seconds or maybe for a very long time. Then people will actually forget what you were talking about and they might feel disassociated with the interest or with the flow that you have generated. In place of using vocal pauses like ah, one should use silent pauses. See, because when you are using pauses like this shows that you might be nervous or you might have forgotten a point or you are lacking any points that you wanted to add. But if you're using silent pauses, those are better because those will not interrupt people in their thoughts, that they are actually considering the points that you have made. If they are reflecting on them, then they will not feel disturbed or interrupted. Now the vocal pauses shift the speech from the main point, because if you are using any of the vocal pauses, then people might get distracted or shifted from the main point that you are talking about. Also, using the repetitive phrases like I mean, well, nice, okay, got it, actually. See, some people have the habit of like if after every point they will use okay, like, or like. After every line that they are making, they will use these repetitive phrases. Okay, well, so you got it, so okay, fine, and also sweep away the good impression that one has created. Because of these phrases, people at times focus more on them and start counting them compared to what they were talking about. So they are never acceptable. One should use pauses thoughtfully and time them well. So you should only pause when you are making an important point, when you want people to reflect, and you should also time them correctly, that okay, maybe after completing my first paragraph or my first important point I will make a pause. Okay, only after completing my one topic or my one method I will pause for some time, to show confidence and self control. This shows that you have well rehearsed, well prepared your speech and material, and you are in full self control. Then next we have using pauses at the end of certain units of the speech. Let the audience fully absorb the information. So if you are using pauses after you are ending some important segment or some important portion of your speech, then this helps the audience to actually chalk out the whole content that you are talking about in their mind, and they can absorb the information in the best manner. So that's all about paralinguistics. Thank you.